Hello, welcome to your science lesson for this week. This week we are continuing to learn about the seasons. There are 4 seasons in a year, and one of them is spring. Let's see how I'm prepared for spring today. Today, I'm wearing a flower t-shirt because something very special about spring is the amount of flowers that they grow. New life is a big deal in spring. As you can see, I'm in a big, beautiful flower garden, and I love flowers, don't you? I'm also wearing my gardening hat, my tiny little springtime gardening hat. And here's why. I have a guest here today. This is Herschel. He's my favorite plant. Something that you can do in springtime is to plant new plants and take care of them and watch them grow. I like to water Herschel. He doesn't need too much water because he's a little cactus. Yep, that's Herschel. Gardening is a really fun thing to do in the springtime because during the springtime, the weather is particularly nice. We also experience a lot of rain, which is great for new plants and flowers. New plants and flowers need lots of rain to grow and stay healthy. I love spring. What's your favorite part about spring? If you'd like, you can pause this video and take a moment to get something that you might use during the spring. Maybe an umbrella because it's particularly rainy. Maybe you want to change into something with flowers on it. Maybe you want to go get your watering can or your favorite plant. Let's watch our anticipatory set, and then we can talk about what we are learning today.
Storybots. Cold weather's kind of winter's thing. In spring, the plants get back their bling. By summer, they're in full swing, but in fall, their leaves go tumbling down, down, down to the bottom. Oh, that reminds me, some folks call fall autumn. Well, anyway, winter, spring, summer, fall. 1 year, 4 seasons in all. Winter, spring, summer, fall. 4 seasons, you can count them all. Winter, spring, summer, fall. 1 year, 4 seasons in all. Winter, spring, summer, fall. And now you know them once and for all.
Based on that anticipatory set, what do you think we're going to talk about today? Do you think we're going to talk about seasons, apples, or water? Which one? Did you say seasons? That's right. This week we're going to talk about seasons, particularly spring. Ooh, can you help me pick these flowers so we can see our science safety rules? Help me pick these flowers. You pick one. Which one would you pick? Oh, interact nicely with the materials. That's a great science safety rule. Let's pick more flowers. Pick your favorite flower. Listen to your teacher. That's a great science safety rule and honestly, just an everyday rule. All right, let's pick our next flower. Pick those flowers. Ooh, all experiments are done with a teacher or a parent if you're at home. All right, let's pick our last flower. It looks like a sunflower. Investigate the materials. Keep these science safety rules in mind whenever you are doing experiments at school or home. Let's talk about a repeated storyline and our vocabulary for this week. Our repeated storyline is everything starts to grow during spring. And our vocabulary is seasons and spring. Whenever you see the yellow star, you're going to say the repeated storyline. Everything starts to grow during spring. We are going to make a KWL chart about spring. First, what do we already know? There are 4 seasons. We already know that. What do we want to know about spring? What is the weather like during spring? Hopefully by the end of this lesson, we will be able to answer that question. This week we are talking about spring. This is my favorite season. Look at all of these beautiful flowers. Spring begins on March 19th and ends on June 21st. During the spring, it rains a lot. When it rains a lot, you can see rainbows. Did you know that? When it rains a lot, sometimes you can see rainbows. Let's watch this video and listen to the sound of rain for just a minute. What a beautiful sound of rain. Rain is so important for springtime because it helps keep the flowers healthy and alive. During the spring season, new plants grow and flowers bloom. Let's watch this video of a sunflower growing. We see a little tiny plant with 2 leaves on it. When it's growing 2 more leaves. It is tiny and green. It's getting bigger though. It's growing. Oh, it's up to 6 leaves. It's beautiful. It is bright green. The leaves are getting bigger. The leaves on the bottom are getting smaller and dying and falling off, but the leaves on top are growing and getting bigger. And it just continues to grow more and more leaves. The leaves on the top are getting bigger and it is sprouting more and more leaves. As it grows more leaves, though, and gets taller, the leaves on the bottom begin to die. We know that the leaves are what the plant uses to gather sunlight so that it can grow. All right, it looks like we have a bloom. A flower is starting on the sunflower, a little bud. The plant is still growing. That bud is forming. Oh, and it looks like it's beginning to bloom. Wow, that happened so fast. Now, this is a time-lapse video, so this is super, super sped up. It takes much longer for a sunflower to grow. But now we have a beautiful yellow sunflower. The petals are starting to bloom. What a beautiful flower. How cool is it that somebody took a video of this flower growing and then sped it up so we could see the process? The spring season brings new life. That means a lot of baby animals are born in the spring. Did you know that? Sometimes you can visit Lazy Five Farm. Remember, we talked about Lazy Five Farm in our social studies lesson. And you can see during the springtime there are lots of baby pigs and cows. Baby animals are born often in the spring. Let's watch this video of some baby chicks hatching. She's so cute. That was kind of a random bunny rabbit at the end. Bunny rabbits are always having babies though, so it's not like particularly a springtime thing. But bunny rabbits are very popular in the springtime because we also celebrate Easter during the spring. And Easter has a lot of rabbits in it. You have the Easter bunny, and sometimes people get bunnies as pets for Easter, which you shouldn't do because bunnies are very difficult pets to have. Miss Bo had a bunny for 10 years. They live a long time and they like to eat your floorboards and your carpet, and they're little monsters. So if you have one, good luck. Now we are going to read a book. The title of this book is Colors of Spring. It was written by Kathleen Stalger and illustrated by Travis Schaefer. Our repeated storyline is Everything starts to grow during spring. Let's read our story together. Look around. Spring is on the way. Bright new colors pop up each day. If you look at this picture, you can see beautiful flowers blooming. They're so colorful. You can also see a rainbow. Remember, we talked about how if it rains enough, sometimes you can see rainbows. Do you see the yellow star? That means we have a repeated storyline. Our repeated storyline is everything starts to grow during spring. Let's turn the page and keep reading. I see a bright blue sky and a fluffy cloud. This is the color I see in the sky. So they see a bright blue sky and a fluffy white cloud. Let's keep reading. I see a yellow sun, bright and shiny. This is the color I see in the sky. I have a question for you. What color was the sun? Did you say yellow? That's right. The sun is yellow. Let's turn the page and keep reading. I see green grass all around. This is the color I see on the ground. I have a question for you. Is the grass green? Yes or no? Yes, the grass is green. That is right. Do you see the yellow star? Everything starts to grow during spring. Let's turn the page and keep reading. I see green leaves budding on branches. This is the color I see on a tree. I have a question for you. Are the leaves on the tree orange? Yes or no? No, the leaves on the tree are green. Remember, in fall time, we see the leaves changing color. That is when you'll see those orange and red and yellow green leaves. But right now in the spring, the leaves will be green. Let's turn the page and keep reading. I see red, yellow, and purple flowers. These are the colors I see in the garden. They mentioned 3 colors. Can you help me list them? What was the first color? Red. What was the second color? Yellow. What was the third color? Purple. Those are some of the colors that you can see in the garden. Let's turn the page and keep reading. I see dark gray clouds and the rain coming down. The rain will keep the colors clean. Do you see a yellow star? What's our repeated storyline? Everything starts to grow during spring. Great job. Let's turn the page and keep reading. I see a rainbow of many, many colors. This rainbow sends new colors to spring. Look at all the different colors on that rainbow. Can you help me name the colors in the rainbow? Let's see if we can do it together. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Great job listing the colors in the rainbow with me. Look around. Spring is on the way. Bright new colors pop up each day. The end. Thank you for reading that story with me about spring. Let's see if we can finish our KWL chart. Help me blow out this cloud. It rains a lot during the spring. Do you remember our question? What is the weather like during the spring? Well, now we have an answer. It rains a lot during the spring. Great job completing this KWL chart. Now we are going to do our activity for our springtime lesson. We are going to move the baby chicks to reveal what you can use your senses to experience in the spring. Let's review our senses first. First, we have our sense of smell, hearing, sight, touch, and taste. These are our 5 senses. Let's move these little chicks to see what we can use our senses to experience in spring. All right, help me move this first chick. Boop. Flowers. We can smell flowers in the spring. That is right. What can we hear in the spring? Let's move this chick. Boop. Rain. We can hear the sound of rain during the springtime. What can we see during the springtime? Rainbows. We can see rainbows during the spring. What can you touch during the spring? You could touch a soft bunny rabbit. Remember, we talked about rabbits earlier. What's something you can taste during the spring? Peeps. You can taste a peep during the spring. That's a marshmallow treat, and they're very popular during Easter. Next, we are going to make some connections. Let's review our steps for making connections. First, we listen to the lesson. Then we make a connection to school or home. Next, we make a connection to the community. And last, we make a connection to the world. Let's start with our connection to home. Let's watch this video and let's determine how this connects our lesson to home.
Anthuriums, with their snapdragon flower shape and vibrant colors, have become a favorite of the garden, providing autumn and winter colors. In this video, we will learn how to grow them in pots. Anthuriums or snapdragon plants are available in many colors and shades. Flowers often shade from one color to another on different parts of the petal. For potting mix, take 50% normal garden soil, 30% organic compost or vermicompost, and 20% fine sand. Mix it well. Take a well-drained pot with drainage holes at the bottom. Cover the hole with small stones or gravel. And fill it with the potting mix. Gently take out the plants from the poly bag. Make holes in the potting mix. And gently place the root ball in the hole. Tease the roots a little bit and gently place the root ball in the hole. Like this. Add organic compost or any flower fertilizer after every 20 days for long blooming season.
That was a great video that showed you how to plant those flowers at home. Next, we are going to make a connection to our community. Let's watch this video and make a connection to our community.
Hey guys, if you like what you're seeing, be sure to click below to subscribe and share. It's not just about the photograph, it's the outdoor experience. Keep in mind everything that you need to know about photography. F-stop, shutter speed, lens selection. Nice photo. We've got beautiful light now. Oh my God. I'm your host, Doug Gardner, and your wild photo adventure starts now. Being a good wildlife photographer is more than just mastering focus, exposure, and composition. It's relying on intuition, good old gut feeling, luck, and tips you may get from other photographers. This week, we're meeting up with my good buddy, Jared Lloyd, in Corova Beach, North Carolina. He's got a pileated woodpecker nesting, and we're going to try to photograph that. I'm your host, Doug Gardner, and your wild photo adventure starts now. There's Jared right there.
Hey, Doug. How's it going? You didn't get stuck this time.
I learned from the master.
That's right.
How
That's
you doing?
right. I'm doing good, man. Just out on the beach doing a little shooting of some horses.
Man, that is a beautiful scene.
Oh, this is great, man. You got foals on the beach. Got two groups here. I mean, they're all up and down, and fog's kind of rolling in and out a little bit on us, but it's nice.
That's awesome. So you got me a pileated woodpecker nest.
I got a pileated woodpecker nest for you.
Oh man, I am psyched about that.
Oh
dude.
yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be
I'm
real good.
Psyched. So you want to go ahead and go shoot that?
Oh, we got to swing by the hardware store, pick up a few things, and build a blind on top of my truck, and then we'll be ready to go.
Okay. You know what? If you don't mind, I want to get a couple shots of this before I leave. I never pass up an opportunity.
Wait a minute, you don't have this in South Carolina, man?
No. I'm gonna grab my gear.
All right.
That was a video that showed the Outer Banks. The Outer Banks is an area in North Carolina near the coast. There is lots of wildlife in the Outer Banks. During the spring, you can see baby animals in the Outer Banks and many areas around the world. Speaking of the world, let's make some connections to our world through our lesson. Let's watch this video. That was a video that showed cherry blossoms in Japan. In Japan, there's a very short season in the spring where cherry blossoms bloom. Thank you for joining me for today's lesson on spring. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.